Alright guys, I think we need to settle this once and for all. Ghost of Tsushima vs Assassin's Creed Shadows. Which samurai game does it better? Now after playing for almost 60 hours on the newly released Assassin's Creed Shadows, myself and many others have had this specific question in mind. Who did it better and which game is better? We have two samurai games with two completely different approaches. Both games take us deep into feudal Japan, offering intense sword fights, rich open world, and enough stylish kills to make even Zoro or Mihawk proud. But which one reigns supreme? Stick around because I'll be breaking it all down, from combat, story, world design, and also picking which of the games is my personal favorite. But before we get into that, we just hit 1k subs some days ago, and I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who's been watching, liking, and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Now with all that said, grab your katana, sharpen your eating blade, and let's get right into the video. First off, let's talk about the setting, because the vibe of a samurai game is everything. Ghost of Tsushima dropped us into the year 1274 during the Mongol invasion of Japan. And let's be real, this game is a straight up work of art. Rolling fields, secret shrines, and cherry blossom gently floating in the air. It feels like you stepped into a living painting. The game is cinematic in a way that makes you just want to stop for a second and soak it all in. It's a world that doesn't just look good, but also feel alive too. While we have Assassin's Creed Shadows, it takes us into the brutal Sengoku period, nearly 300 years later. A time of war, political betrayals, and actual assassins running around Japan. The world is massive, covering cities like Kyoto and Osaka, with bustling marketplaces, dense forests, and war-torn villages. While Ghost captures the poetic beauty of samurai culture, Shadows lean into the grit and chaos of feudal Japan. So right off the bat, which world sounds more exciting to you? Ghost of Tsushima, a romanticized version of feudal Japan, full with honor and tradition. Or Assassin's Creed Shadows, a gritty war-torn era, full of bloodshed, politics, and assassinations? Let me know in the comments. The heart of any good game should be its protagonist, right? Ghost of Tsushima gives us Jin Sakai, a noble samurai who has to decide whether to stick with his rigid samurai code or embrace stealth and deception to save his homeland from the Mongol. It's a classic lone warrior against the odds type of story. It hits hard, and it's all about Jin's transformation from a samurai to the ghost. It asks big moral questions. Should you break traditions to survive? You get great side characters as well that also impact the story, like Yuna, Sensei Ishikawa, and Lord Shimura, your uncle. Assassin's Creed Shadow, on the other hand, doubles the fun with two protagonists, Yasuke, the legendary African samurai, and Naoe, a skilled shinobi. Yasuke is a brute force warrior, while Naoe brings that classic Assassin's Creed stealth element, making for an awesome dual gameplay experience. It's the classic tank versus assassin's choice. Honestly, Yasuke's inclusion as an historical figure is a bold move by Ubisoft, and whether you love it or question it, you can't deny it adds something fresh into the mix, making Yasuke the first actual historical character we can play in the Assassin's Creed series. Jin's story is deeply personal, while Shadows is more of an Assassin's Creed style, global spanning conspiracy story. So do you prefer a grounded, emotional tale or a sprawling historical tale? Alright, now let's talk about what really matters, which is the fighting, of course. Because let's be real, we all play this game to feel like an unstoppable samurai badass. Ghost of Tsushima is all about precision. You have different stands for different enemies. Each do feel like a work of art. The parrying system is too clean, and that one hit kills as satisfying as hell. And when you perfectly time the counter attack, I don't just know what to say. That's something you have to perform to understand the feeling. Stealth exists though, but let's be honest, the real fun is looking the enemy in the eye and slicing them up like a walking legend. While Assassin's Creed Shadow mixes it up, Yasuke fights like a tank. It's heavy, brutal, and devastating. Meanwhile, Naoe is your classic Assassin's Creed stealth master, using the shadows, gadgets, and assassinations to take out her enemies quietly. The game introduces more advanced stealth mechanics, like blending into crowd, using the environment for assassination, and dynamic enemy AIs. If you've ever wished Assassin's Creed had a true ninja gameplay, this is it. So here's the question, do you prefer mastering traditional samurai duels, or do you want the freedom to go full on ninja? Well, no need to ask me because I know exactly what I want. Exploring feudal Japan should feel like an adventure, right? Like, I want to feel like I actually visited Japan without leaving the comfort of my couch. Ghost of Tsushima nails it with its minimalistic UI, no big glowing markers, just the wind guiding you to your next destination. The world encourages natural exploration and is packed with amazing side activities that actually feels meaningful, like duels, mythic tales, and even composing hakyus, which is basically Japanese poetry. Assassin's Creed Shadow, on the other hand, is true to the Assassin's Creed fashion. It's more guided, you've got markers and a huge map filled with icons, and a ton of side content. The world is dense, rich with NPCs, and historically detailed. But Assassin's Creed games can sometimes feel bloated from icons overload or 500 side quests that don't really matter. Some people like myself doesn't really mind, while others do. At the end of the day, it all comes down to personal preference. Visually, both games are really stunning. Ghost of Tsushima leans into this stylized beauty, while Assassin's Creed Shadows goes for ultra realism. But performance-wise, Ghost is buttery smooth, even on the PS4. Though Assassin's Creed Shadow is totally impressive, but has some of the classic Ubisoft jank. Few bugs here and there, some frame rate dip, but nothing game breaking. I believe they dropped an update for the game after it launched. The save settings are improving. But overall, what kind of experience do you want? A poetic samurai story or a sprawling, action-packed historical adventure? There's no wrong answer, trust me. But I need to know which game wins it for you guys. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. At the end of the day, both Ghost of Tsushima and Assassin's Creed Shadow bring something amazing to the table. If you love deep personal storytelling and refined swordplay, Ghost is probably your pick. But if you want a massive world, multiple playstyles, and historical intrigue, Shadows delivers in spades. So what's the verdict? Which game does samurai action best? Hit the comments, tell me your winner, and if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more epic gaming content like this. Alright now, take care of yourself. See you in the next video. Peace.
Who do you serve?
We are the shadows
that serve the light.